Yo, what's happening YouTube? It's your boy Julian and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to celebrities on being rich but not happy and giving advice. So this is actually a topic that I kind of want to, address on about, and because I know that a lot of people want to be famous, but being rich doesn't always make you happy. And I think that's a lot of people, especially from the new generation, have to understand, because we live in a world where everybody has their opinion about certain things, but certain people may not take it the way you think they will. So I kind of want to react to this video, especially coming from celebrities. So before we get into this video, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up and hit that red button to subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna get right into it. Let's go.
When people say, oh, I want to be like you, I want to be an actor, I want to look like you, the question I always ask them is why? Like, really, why? And people, and especially in America, this idea of fame, that to be famous means that you're successful, that you're happy.
When How I Met Your Mother first went on the air, I ran into an actress that I knew, and she said, "Are you just like so happy all the time?" And I remember thinking, does she really think that when CBS picked up the show, it left me with an inability to feel anything other than unbridled joy? But the joke was on me because I kind of thought it would.
Why am I unhappy? Okay, so Stephanie Gaga hybrid person. Why are you unhappy?
See, and that's another thing. A lot of people think that money and fame just wipes away your depression, but it doesn't. Because that's why a lot of us have to always got to be sure to make sure we are mentally stable or mentally healthy, because depression is something you don't want to deal with, and it's something you can't play with. Because depression, I mean, we lost some people to depression. Like, this is what happened. This is a real thing. So people need to be well aware of, like, if you're not, just because they have money makes them happy, but they could be broke mentally.
Millionaire. I had a beautiful woman in my life. I had cars, a house, an incredible, solid gold career, and a future. And yet, on a daily basis, I wanted to commit suicide. When those things came, the happiness wasn't there, and I realized why that was. There was such an attempt to achieve these things and to keep going that you lose sight of the people and the blessings that you have around you.
And when you have all this stuff, doesn't mean you're happy.
A lot of people think getting famous will save you, that it will grant you the life you feel you're owed and spare you certain indignities. I was pretty bummed to realize that rather than lessening or eliminating my insecurities and least attractive qualities, it basically poured fertilizer on them.
Has your happiness risen at the same amount as your bank account?
No. That's the thing. They don't
equate, or they're not tied in any way.
They're not tied to each other.
Wow.
I mean, it allows you freedom, and it allows you to go places where you can smile and look at the sunset and things like that. That's what you choose to do, and you enjoy to do. But there are a lot of people with tons of money who are unhappy.
We are told that if we're beautiful, if we're skinny, if we're successful, famous, if we fit in, if everyone loves us, that we'll be happy. But that's not entirely true. But the most important journey I think all of us will go through is the journey in ourselves, to find our truth, to find who we are and what makes us happy.
So what do they do?
I think that's what I'm talking about. Because honestly, and this is the thing, we need to, like, all of us not perfect. This is why we have to work on ourselves every day. Like, you have to have a reason to get up and doing what you love. But if you're just doing something for the people and you're not doing it for yourself, then that just tells me that you're not really happy with what you have or what you are as a person. Like, you can have all the jewelry, the cars, the clothes, all that good stuff, but that doesn't change you. That doesn't change who you are as a person. Which is why we need to do, a lot of us have to do a better job of taking care of ourselves, having more self-love, self-care. And don't be afraid to go see a therapist or a psychologist or whatever way that will help you be mentally stable.
I started to say no. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I'm not taking that picture. I'm not going to that event. I'm not standing by that because that's not what I stand for. And slowly but surely I remembered who I am. And then you go home and you look in the mirror and you're like, yes, I can go to bed with you every night. Because that person, I know that person. That person has balls. That person has integrity. That person has an opinion.
Why do you want to do anything you do? It should not be motivated by something that you think is going to make fulfillment comes from within you by being authentic to yourself, not chasing fame.
Life is about balance, right? You have to have some type of balance. You have like time for work and it's time for play. And if you don't allow these two things to coexist, you have an imbalance.
Here I think one chef, one is in meat because of $1 million. But here, no peace. That $1 million will not bring inner peace, happiness. More frustration, right? This money bring more frustration, more suspicion, more anxiety, or sometimes more jealous then. So inner peace is the ultimate source of happiness, joyfulness. So I think people do not understand.
Are you a rich man?
When you mean rich, what you mean?
You have a lot of possessions, a lot of money in the bank?
Position make you rich? I don't have that type of richness. My richness is life, forever.
What would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? But it's absolutely stupid to spend your time doing things you don't like in order to go on spending things you don't like and doing things you don't like, and to teach your children to follow in the same track.
All of these celebrities that were making good points. You have to have, like what Jay-Z was saying, you have to have some type of balance between you being happy and, I would say, fame, fortune, or being famous or whatever. But a lot of celebrities, they're making some great points. Like they may be financially stable, but there are times where they may feel unhappy about certain things because of the pressure. Like even with pressure, because when you're making so much money, there's always going to be people around you that are going to be expecting something from you. And the more that comes, the more it hurts you mentally. Like you're under pressure, and then you got like an entire group of people or an entire community relying on you to do the things because they look up to you. But you have to be people have to be mindful that these celebrities and entertainers, they have to work on them. They're just as regular people as anybody else on the street. Or like you have to be respectful about what they do and what they're trying to do for themselves as far as their health. Because depression is something you can't mess with or you don't even want to deal with. Like you want to have a reason why that you're doing this. Like whether it's being an actor, being an entertainer, rapper, singer, etc. You have to be true to yourself. Like Cameron said, be authentic. So I guess this is something that everybody needs to be aware of, because being famous isn't everything, especially with social media. Social media, that's where a lot of the craziness happens. Like a lot of people being always commenting or bashing it for certain things, and it hurts the other person mentally, and they have to figure out a way to deal with that. So, and plus, and this is why we have to be careful of what we say to them, because you may not know what that person is going through. So yeah, so that's gonna be the end of this video. So like I said before, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.